Okay, I think we're live. Yay! Hello. Just want to see if anybody gets on first.
Yeah.
Then we can kind of introduce it.
Yep. Waiting on one.
At least my sister said she's been waiting, so I'm excited.
Well, I wonder if we set up that reminder if it's people are waiting on a different stream or something. Hopefully that's not the case.
I don't think so. I said business page, so hopefully. If not, they can look at it later. Oh, well.
We got one.
Yay! Thanks, number 3. Okay, good.
Oh, all right. Okay, it's real now.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay. So if you don't know what Hot Ones is, it's a YouTube channel or show that they put on, and they interview celebrities while eating increasingly hotter wings. So we thought it'd be a fun idea to do this with Garrett and kind of ask him real estate questions that you guys had. So thank you to everybody who contributed to my questions. That was really helpful. So we're basically all these here are from the show. So it's kind of on the level of Scovilles. So we have the classic is going to be the least spicy all the way to the last dab, which is their hottest. So I'm going to let you know what the Scovilles are as we move along, and we have our milk and water and towels and sweets and my lemon and lime juice. Hang on.
Oh, and Matt Broderick said, hey man, how you doing? Miss you. My mom says, I'm here for you, Teddy. That's very nice. And I mean, I'm sure this is primarily going to be people that know us and love us and care about us, but just in case you heard from a friend and you had nothing to do on a Thursday afternoon, my name's Garrett. I'm a realtor with AZ Real Estate, been practicing in real estate for over 3 years now. And this is my wife, Amber.
Hi, I'm going to be interviewing.
She's got purple hair. Purple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's new and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a downtime. You got to, do something to make life fun.
You look like Poppy.
Oh, I'll
Does
take
Poppy
that.
have purple hair?
I think so.
Okay, right
I'll
on.
take it. I'll be Poppy.
All right, guys, let's get down to it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is basically we're going to eat a wing, and then I'll ask him one of your questions, and then he'll answer, and hopefully we can get through this, and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Let's do it.
So we're going to do the classic. We're starting from left to right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. So the classic first. And wife, do you have any stats on this hot sauce?
Well, I mean, granted, a couple of these we already have, which is something that we've already tried before, but the classic is only 1,800 Scoville, so it's going to be kind of mild. But yet I'm not I don't do spice well, so to me it's spicy. I'm going to grab a plate so we can put
okay. And if anybody's having trouble hearing us, feel free to put in the chat, speak up or whatever. We don't have mics in front of us, so just let us know. Keep us posted. Yeah. Oh, I've got a bowl.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Let's get eating.
Okay, let's do this.
I feel like the Ramones. People got places to be.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's excellent. Classic for a reason.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say right now, I got nothing to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see me take the tiniest bite, no judging.
Preach.
Okay.
Please.
I'm just going to go from the bowl. I just kind of mix them all in here.
Ooh, the random too. I love
The
it.
random. Okay. This is from my friend Dakota. What are the trends in the marketplace right now during COVID, and what are you expecting for the future?
Shouldn't have finished the wing right before the question. Pardon my manners. So this is an incredibly interesting time, as you can imagine, in real estate. In other ways, it's a horrible, terrible time, but in real estate, it's just fascinating to see what trends are occurring. As you can imagine, when the stay-at-home order hit, we just saw showings take a nosedive, as one can imagine. And we still saw a decent amount of closings. Like, it's still on par, because when you're looking at stats, if you see closings is a look in the rear view. Closings is going to be homes that went under contract 30 to 45 days prior. So it's a good way to look at the past. So we didn't see a huge effect in closings, but under contracts took a steep decline. Showings And then, of course, we saw a big uptick in withdrawn homes. People decided to take their homes off the market, whether they were scared or just, maybe someone living in the home was at a higher risk for COVID and it wasn't worth the time. As the stay-at-home order was lifted 3 to 4 weeks ago, realtors were able to do showings again in person or live in Weld and Larimer County. So we saw showings pretty much go back up to where they were previously, más o menos. And we saw withdrawn homes take a steep decline. At this point, if we're not back where we were last year, we're real close. And one of the most fascinating things is in COVID, this COVID kind of time we're in, a lot of people buyers are expecting price drops and sellers are not, which isn't uncommon in any marketplace. But buyers understandably think that a price drop is coming because of coronavirus, but we're not seeing that happen. There is still a shortage of homes in the market and still a high buyer demand. Unfortunately, some buyers aren't able to purchase right now because their jobs were taken away, and that's terrible, but there's still plenty of people are, and so that demand has held. So I guess taking a very long answer and putting a point on it, we're not seeing a massive change from last year as far as withdrawn homes going under contract, sold, all that stuff.
Cool. Moving on.
They won't all be that long, I promise. Yes, moving on. What do we got next?
So the next one we have Hippy Dippy Green, which is this one here, and it's a kiwi and avocado hot sauce. Scoville of 2,300. So this one shouldn't be too bad either.
Right. Cheers and every time.
Cheers.
Yeah. And a secret reason we're doing this is to try and get free stuff. So we're going to be shouting out a lot of companies during this in the hopes that you guys will let those companies know that we like them and they'll send us free stuff out of nowhere. It's not like odds aren't great, but we're going for it. So heatness.com is where we got a lot of these hot sauces. If you're into hot sauces, go to heatness.com. They carry all the hot sauces from Hot Ones.
Okay. Question number 2. This one is from our old high school friend, Janthy.
I've seen a lot of, Janthy.
Yeah.
I miss her.
So hers one is more of a complicated question.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a home office, how do I file my taxes if I work from home? How do I calculate square footage? And am I able to get a tax write-off from working from home?
Ooh, Janthy. That is a very good question. The only issue is I am not an accountant. And with questions like that, I always say, it's my responsibility to say, go talk to your accountant. Again, pardon my manners. That being said, Jeff Yeager is my accountant here in Greeley. He's fantastic. And he always helps us every tax year to calculate the square footage that we're using. And to my understanding, there is a tax break. Otherwise, I wouldn't be putting it on my taxes. It's not a fun answer. It's a boring answer. It's a safe answer, but it's the right answer. Talk to your accountant, folks.
Well, and I did, I think I texted, or Janthy, I think I posted you under our good friend Zach Roth's page when he was talking about
Thank you. Yes, Zach Roth is the best.
taxes and all that stuff.
He's
So hopefully that was
fantastic.
helpful too. What Chelsea say? You're loud and clear. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Okay.
Can I throw in a quick question? Because I saw Paige. Hey, Paige, I miss you.
Hey.
What is the hardest part of a real estate transaction for you? Do I prefer buyers or sellers? Hardest part of a real estate transaction is within the first 21 days because that's when you have the inspection deadlines, appraisal deadlines. Those are just the biggest hurdles. Whether or not they're difficult depends transaction to transaction. If you're trying to help somebody purchase a home that was built in 1900, you're going to have more issues come on inspection than a home that was built in 2020. So part of my job is to help to manage expectations, understand what they're getting into with an older home as opposed to a newer home. And appraisal for buyers, that's more or less out of your, well, it's not out of your hands. I do investigate the market to make sure the price we're putting in on the home isn't way above what other homes have sold for in the area. And when you're a listing agent, it's just knowing that you price the home correctly. That's your responsibility. And for buyers or sellers, traditionally I've worked with buyers. First-time home buyers are my favorite, along with a lot of agents. But at this point, I'm working a lot more with sellers now, and I'm really enjoying the intricacies of working with sellers. So,
nice. That's good question. And yeah, if you guys have some more questions, don't feel free to shout them out. So we'll just get through as many of these as we have wings. So the next one we have is the Horsetooth. The green is about, I think, 3,300 Scoville.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
that is good.
That one's good, guys. This is a good one.
I feel like I can't take too much of a bite.
I know.
Start asking you questions.
I know. We don't want those viewers.
All right, from our friend Jesse.
Oh, cool.
Describe a wraparound mortgage. I don't even think I've heard of a wraparound mortgage.
Wraparound mortgage. Frankly, I don't know. That could be a matter of, what's the word I'm looking for? Terminology. Some people, when your offer is accepted on a home, they call it going into escrow. Others call it going under contract. So wraparound mortgage, I'm sorry, I'm just not familiar with that term. My lender would probably know. Sherry Moran with AZ Mortgage, she's fantastic. I know some other great lenders in the area that would likely know the answer to that. But that is one thing I get a lot is questions that are definitely in the lender's domain. I know a little bit, but lenders are incredible.
Go-to.
Yes, and yeah, that's about all I got for that one.
That's all right.
Sorry.
That's quick and easy. The next one we have is the Aardvark, which is 5,000 Scoville. So that's this one here.
I'm already getting a little.
I'm getting
little drippy in the nosy.
This one's good.
I'm gonna save that one because that one's like one of my favorites. But I'm gonna scroll down in the chat here, make sure we're not missing anything. I got a quick answer. Paige asked, do buyers get to use the unemployment income with lenders? My understanding is absolutely not. They need to be employed. And depending on the industry, you might need a certain amount of history to use it. But again, that'd be a great question for a lender. My understanding is no, because there's no job security there. So, oh my God, what was that noise? So no, I don't believe so. And my mom, hi Kitty, never call you Kitty, is COVID-19 affecting the volume of homes, or I'm sorry, the value of homes? So again, not really. We're actually, I was looking on, it's a software called InfoSparks. Year over year, home prices were actually up, I want to say about 4%. I'll double check on that. But yeah, actually, while you're bringing up the question, let me double check that information. Make sure I'm not fibbing.
Did I not ask you a question from this one?
I don't believe so. I think I started.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm throwing curveballs at you.
Okay. This one's from my friend Lacey. What do we need to know about preparing to buy a place with property? What situations could arise? What should we look out for or avoid? What do you need to prepare for, like expense-wise, that they should start saving up for, because that's what they're doing right now.
Okay. And I did see here when they say place with property, zoned for horses, so I'm assuming that means place with land, acreage. So yeah, acreage is very interesting. It's an aspect of the industry that I'm still, I find out new information every time I work with land. A big one is wells. If you're looking for land and if you're looking to have any sort of livestock, horses, even goats, a well is a big issue because in order to be able to use a well for outside of the home, so for the exterior, not just like watering, but for animals, it needs to be a certain type of well. It's escaping me what the name of that well is, but I think you need a minimum amount of acreage. I want to say potentially 13 acres, maybe more. So that's something to consider. If you're looking to have animals, but you only want 5 acres, that could be a huge challenge if it's on a well. Sorry, there were some additional questions there.
Like, do they need? How much would you want them to kind of save up?
Mm-hmm.
Or is there anything that would come up in purchasing it?
Sure. So a lot of people think that you need 20% down to get a home. That's not the case with both FHA and conventional loans. You might need 3.5% down, 3% down, depending on the program. Of course, then you're getting into mortgage insurance, which, it's just an additional cost if you're not putting that 20% down on a home. Again, great lender questions. Typically, I would say at least 3.5% down if you want to purchase. But then, of course, if you want to save up more to avoid that mortgage insurance, potentially get a better rate, then absolutely do that.
Fantastic. The next one we have is Petties of Potion, which is
saving the hippy dippy for later.
Yeah,
say that one.
The aardvark. That's the aardvark.
This is the aardvark.
Yeah. So the Petties of Potion is 8,800, and that's this one right here.
And I'm pretty positive neither of us have tried this.
We've never
before,
tried this,
so
but
I'm excited. Ooh,
good garlic one.
Yeah, and black pepper.
Mm-hmm. This is from my sister Kayla. What's the benefit of buying a starter home versus finding your forever? Oh my gosh! Versus finding your forever home as a first-time buyer.
Price. It's all about price. Typically, it's all about price. I mean, if your dream home is something that you can invest money, time into, increase the equity, but then just continue to live in the home, then you're probably going as a first-time home buyer. But if you're a first-time home buyer with not a ton of assets to put for a down payment, then I'm a firm believer in buying something that you can put time, effort, and money into. And I believe the typical time frame for someone to live in a home now is between 8 and 10 years, more or less. For a first-time home buyer, I think that is lower. So I'm a firm believer when you're buying for the first time, go into something that you can put some sweat equity into and build up to your forever home. I mean, I'm sure it happens. I know there's plenty of people that buy their first home and they live in it, until the day they die, and that's incredible. But I think in this, especially we're talking about Colorado. In northern Colorado and in the Denver metro area, of course, that is incredibly rare because of the prices, the way demand has gone up and supply has gone down. So if you want to go for it. But man, that's probably going to be tough to find depending on your expectations. So yeah, and in real estate, we talk about like an 80% home. If you find a home that you're like 80% into, there's a couple things here or there that you would want to fix or would need to fix down the road. That's a good home, especially for a first time home buyer. That's a gift, in my opinion.
Nice. Yeah. Next we have Chiba Gold, which is this one.
But first, we're going to talk about our sponsor, not our sponsor. Hopefully someday our sponsor, WeldWorks. Great beers.
Local brewery.
I love their gozas. If anybody knows somebody at WeldWorks, tell them I love their gozas. I don't know, give them my phone number or something. All right.
Chiba Gold. Here we go.
Oh, sorry. Behind. Oh, it's good beer.
This one's good.
It's very fruity, but we're starting to get up in the hotter ones. Guys, sorry, we're not sweating a bunch yet, but it's going to come. We're going to be crying soon. So.
Scoville on this one is 25,300. So the last 5 I'm kind of terrified for.
And that was Chiba Gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we took a pretty serious increase. We went from 8,800 to 25,000. So
yeah,
and I can taste it.
Oh yeah, Okay, so this one's from Sarah Littlefield. Do metro tax districts have to be disclosed?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. The good thing is, I want to say maybe a year ago, maybe less, they actually have a section, at least in the Northern Colorado MLS. If you're going to see a home with a realtor, they hand you a sheet with all the information on the home. That's a printout of the MLS. There will be a section there where it says Metro Tax District, and it'll say yes or no. Before that, they couldn't hide it. If you asked, hey, is this in a Metro Tax District? They couldn't say no, and then it was. But it was really up to the realtor how they wanted to disclose that information. So now it's in the it's in that listing. When I put a listing that goes live on the market, it asks me, is this in a Metro Tax District? And I've got to answer. That's one of, if not, big trouble. So yeah, great question.
Zach has a question. What are some easy things I can do to increase my home's value?
So if we were talking about getting your home ready to list, my top 3 things, and I stole this from my managing broker, Mark Despain. Hey, Mark. If he's watching this, hopefully my answers are good and he's not, Anyways, paint, paint, flooring, and staging. That being said, if you just wanted to increase the value of your home, I still believe in those 2 thoroughly. Interior paint and flooring are huge. When people come in, if they see that new flooring, paint is fresh, shows much better. So if and when you guys sell, I'd invest in that. I'm a firm believer in the non-sexy things like water heater, furnace. Of course, if you have a water heater that's 3 years old, keep it. Like if it's operational, keep it. But if your furnace is getting a little older, water heater especially, that always looks good on a listing as brand new water heater. Same thing with roof. Keep it up on the things that people know that the home won't be crumbling around them in 5 years. And also, if they see that those things have been taken care of, then they're less likely to be looking for little cracks in the drywall and little, issues here or there. If they know that the home is being taken care of from the inside out, it shows well on the home. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one we've got Los Calientes, which is, what is that? That one?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, this one's good. It's good.
36,000 Scoville.
All right.
Cheers. I don't know.
Hopefully you guys can't hear the chewing.
Mm-hmm.
We apologize if you can.
This one's from Matt Broderick. Is that Matt?
Great lawyer.
When selling, what's more important to fix, and how do you prioritize these fixes? A fence that's falling over, the big bare areas in the yard, shifting concrete patio slanting towards the home, and overgrown trees that haven't been trimmed in years.
Mm-hmm. Can I cheat a little bit?
I'm curious if you're talking from experience or not.
So we're, of course, looking at ROI, return on investment. That's very important when you're getting your home ready to sell. For me, I'm looking for things that are going to really show well, that are going to be noticeable, that are going to increase the value of the home, while, of course, being less expensive. We all know how ROI works. So fence that's falling over, that's good. That's an easy fix. That's something you can do on a weekend. Same thing with the big bare areas in the yard. I mean, granted, that takes a few weeks. Depending on if you have dogs, you got to keep the dogs off the areas. That's a good one. A shifting concrete patio slanting towards the home. That's pretty expensive. If it's really bad, if it's definitely noticeable, I mean, I'd say get it addressed if it's within your budget. If it's not within your budget, just know that it'll, if I was coming to you saying, hey, I think we can price your home between X and Y, with the way the patio is. If you get the patio fixed, it'll be between A and B. I don't know why I chose X and Y. So that one's tough because, frankly, I don't think you're going to see as massive as a return on investment as some of those cheaper fixes. Overgrown trees that haven't been trimmed in years, depending on how overgrown, that is another good one that, maybe a few $100. Especially if the trees are over the home. That freaks a lot of people out, understandably so. Because if those, storm hits, we get one of those super wet snows, and you get a big old branch falling on your house, that's massive. If it's not really hanging over your home, not as much of a priority. So I will go fence, big bare areas in the yard, overgrown trees, shifting concrete. Final answer.
All right, on to the next one is the Garlic Reaper. This is 116,000 Scoville. Garlic Reaper.
I'm not sure I've tried. Have we tried this one?
I probably have tried it since it's been in the fridge once or twice on eggs or
I
something.
like the color.
Oh, God. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's got a kick.
Oh, boy. That came on.
Real quick.
Oh, boy.
Whew. Okay. At first I was thinking, these aren't that bad.
Yeah.
The last three.
That one hurts a lot. I forgot that one is a spicy meatball.
Okay. Whew. Sarah, what should I do to prepare my home to sell? That one really hit.
I'm getting some milk. Oh. I don't think that helps as much as dairy milk, but that's okay. So, it's going to sound like a broken record, but flooring, paint, and staging. Of course, for me, I pay for staging, so that's not really something you need to worry about. That's on the realtor. Oh my God, my spit hurts. Flooring and paint. Big. Very big because they're relatively inexpensive. Oh boy. Relatively inexpensive. And they show really well, increase the value of your home. Something specific with flooring, you want to keep it as uniform as possible.
I know, I'm watching my eyes.
Scaring me. So, if you walk into the home, you get the living room, and it's like a laminate, and then you look in the kitchen, and it's a tile, and then you can see the bathroom, it's a different laminate, and then you see a bedroom, and it's a different carpet, and another bedroom that's a different carpet, and then you got a runner. That's going to look insane. It's going to drive people crazy. So uniformity. Oh, you want to scroll down.
Oh, got it.
So you want to kind of keep it as uniform as possible. Doesn't mean every floor has to be the same thing, but relatively speaking, keep it simple but elegant. All right, it's starting to go down a little bit, I think. Oh boy.
Oh, that hurt.
Can I get a napkin? Or a
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
And it's not getting any better after this one.
Broderick says, does flooring include carpet?
Yes, absolutely. Especially carpet. If you got a carpet that you can see the path that people have been walking down for 7 years, it's going to behoove you to replace that carpet. You can try and get it cleaned, hope that it shows pretty well, but that's going to be ultimately up to you. But better to err on the side of get that old carpet out, get something new in. It's stylish, in vogue.
Okay.
My tongue hurts.
I don't want to do the next one.
Should we ask? Can we answer a couple questions? Because up next we have Da Bomb, and it's so little insight. I did this like a year and some change ago for a birthday with some friends, and Da Bomb nearly killed our good friend Matt Hammontree.
Matt, we love you, but that was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Every orifice was liquid coming out. The poor guy. So it's not a fun hot sauce. So do we? Mom, just keep dial 911, and then if you don't see us, if we fall out of our chairs, dial 1 again. Oh no, we got all the questions.
Huh?
Oh my God, my spit. Yeah. All right. If you guys want to ask questions to help us out, please
I do
so.
have more questions too then. 2.
Oh, okay, more than 10?
Jesse has another question. When is a bargain and sale deed used?
What does Jesse do for a living? She's asking some
pretty.
Yeah, a bargain and sale deed. Again, where is Jesse out in Iowa?
No, Jesse Gouda.
Oh, so she's out in Texas right now. Hey, Jesse, if you're watching, if you're not, hi still. Bargain and sale deed. Frankly, I don't know. I will say that in Colorado, typically when you're purchasing a home, you get a general warranty deed. That is a deed that grants you the broadest amount of coverage that a deed can. Sometimes, maybe if the home was purchased as an investment, wasn't lived in, or part of an estate, it'll probably be a personal representative's deed, I believe. I think that's right. I've got a deal that's closing in a couple weeks, and they're personal representatives of an estate, and I believe that's the deed they used. But yeah, special warranty deed if somebody's never lived in the home, or maybe if it was a short sale. That being said, in this current market we're living in, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a general warranty deed. Bargain and sale, yeah, not sure. Maybe a short sale. Sorry, Jesse, I'm no help to you today.
I'm going to ask one more question because I'm stalling on the DeBob.
Yeah, understandable.
Are open houses necessary to sell my home? I'm getting a beer.
Short answer is no. They're not essential. I do think they help. I definitely believe they help. The more people you can get in, the better. Some people don't like calling realtors, which I don't care for, but I'm a little partial. I understand. But if somebody drives by an open house, they're kind of thinking about getting out of their rental in a month, or their lease is coming up, and they walk into a home there, they think, oh my God, this is perfect. It happens. It definitely happens. There's realtors that host open houses that write contracts while they're sitting in that open house, get the home sold. But it's not essential. That's something when you're talking with your realtor, when you're interviewing realtors to sell your home, you can say straight up, I don't want open houses, or I do want open houses, and I want them every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, whatever your expectations are for that realtor. You let them know, and it's up to them if they feel like they can help you sell your home and meet those standards or not. I love open houses. That's the hardest part about COVID-19 is we still can't do open houses for good reason. But open houses were a big part of my business because I'm an introvert, and this video scares me almost as much as the wings. But being in an open house, people come in of their own volition and they want to walk around, and I get to chat with them. If they don't want to talk, they don't talk. If they want to talk, they do. It was the best. It is the best, and it will be the best again when open houses can resume. Sorry,
Is it necessary?
I'm helping so we don't have to eat the bomb soon. But no, not necessary. It's not. If you say, I don't want to do open house, and they say, well, your home won't sell. That's not the case. If you price the home right, if you market it right, market it well, when you have the home staged well and it's in good condition, it's going to sell. It's going to sell.
Okay, let's just do it and get over it with, yeah?
All right, guys.
Okay, so the bomb is only 135,600 Scovilles.
But it's terrible. I've had it before. It's bad. It's real bad.
Just like saucing the wings today, we were both coughing and sneezing, and I had to open up a window.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Let's do it.
Oh, my God. You only live once, right?
Yep.
Yellow.
Oh, boy.
I'm not taking that much. Sorry.
Clean it.
Oh, God.
There it is.
There's just no flavor to that.
No.
It's just heat.
It doesn't taste like a specific type of pepper that I've ever tasted. It's just heat. It's terrible, terrible heat.
What is in that? Habanero peppers, chipotle puree, or orange juice, tomato paste.
Welcome to Reading Labels with Amber.
Sorry.
Mm.
Question time.
It's okay. I was just joking.
Stephanie, do I really need to fix the water tank?
Water tank? Probably. What is the water tank? Like,
Probably a water heater?
it's a water heater. If it's not functioning, yes. Oh, yes.
This helps. Take it, M&M.
Oh, thank you. M&M?
If I learned anything from the Gordon Ramsay episode, it's bring on the sweets of the lemon and lime juice.
Yeah. So, hold on. 1 second. Something you all probably already know, but just in case. If you know that something is wrong with the home, essentially you need to, let me rephrase that. If you know something is wrong with the home and you tell your realtor, they have to disclose that. Most of the time, you're going to be asked to fill out a seller's property disclosure if you're living in the home. I'm keeping this PG, but oh my God. You're going to be asked to fill out a seller's property disclosure, and it'll go through and ask you if anything's been wrong in the home that you know of. So if you know that water heater is busted and you're trying to hide it and you don't put it on the property disclosure, that could be a major issue. It's best to disclose, and it's just best to get it fixed. Oh boy, guys, it's no better than it was last time.
I had like a little cut on my lip, and that is not fun right now.
Baby.
My sister, let's see. What are some red flags to watch out for if you're a first-time buyer? What?
If you can see the foundation, either from the outside of the home or the inside of the home, look for big cracks. If it's a little hairline crack here or there, very well may not be a big thing. Of course, if you're worried about it, you can have a structural engineer come out and check it out. But if in the foundation you're seeing big cracks with a good little gap in there, that could be an issue. Could potentially be an issue. And a lot of times you'll see that those cracks actually coming into the drywall in the home. So if you see patches of, like, if there's a patch on the ceiling of like a hole, oh my God, that was probably where a light fixture was or something like that. But if it's a line that goes up and they patched it, that's definitely something to be aware of. Be wary of, that is. Same thing if furnace hasn't been serviced in a while, water heater hasn't been serviced in a while. If people aren't kind of monitoring that stuff, it's an indication that maybe they're not taking great care of the home. Could lead to some issues. Oh, puddles.
Okay. The last one I'm kind of scared of because I don't think we've ever tried this one before.
I'm not sure we have.
So it's the last. You want to do it like the show?
Oh, we got to put a dab of hot sauce in the wing. Oh man, the bomb is so much worse than I remembered. Sorry, that was probably muffled. The bomb is bad. That's what you missed.
Don't buy it. We've had this for a year, and there's a teaspoon.
Unless the makers of Da Bomb want to send us free stuff that's not Da Bomb, send it our way. You can find my address somewhere, I'm sure.
Oh gosh.
Okay, there's a little.
Okay, so the last dab is 2 million Scoville.
So we went from 135,000 to 2 million. Is that right? Good.
It adds up, right? You're starting to sweat a little.
I imagine I am. Oh boy. And if people are still hanging out after we finish this last question in this last wing, we'll answer any questions that are in the chat too. This is surprisingly fun, so we're willing to hang out for a minute to make sure all questions are answered.
Okay.
Shout out to Wellworks.
Okay. Gotta cheers this one. Okay, don't kill me.
We're doing it.
It tastes good.
Ooh. That kicked in pretty hard there. Oh my god. But at least it's got flavor. Oh.
Huh. Mm. Okay.
Battling. Okay.
Sister Chelsea, how much money do I need to save to buy my first home? You might have covered this already, but
Yeah, that's okay. Let's do it again. People have been coming in and out of the live stream. Typically, a minimum of 3 to 3.5%. My understanding, I mean, it probably depends on the program.
Ooh, that doesn't help.
Doesn't help? Okay. Typically, if you're not putting 20% down, you're going to be paying monthly mortgage insurance. And depending on the type of the loan, once you have 20% equity in that home, the PMI might drop off. The mortgage insurance may drop off.
This one really hurts.
But with like Chapel loans, my understanding is a lot of those, the mortgage insurance never goes away unless you refinance into like a conventional loan. Oh, dear God.
It's like goes up to your brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
A piece of the wing in the back of my mouth, and it was not. I wasn't having it.
Don't lick your teeth.
Don't lick your teeth?
Nope.
How do you know?
Try not to.
Okay.
Whew. God.
My tongue and my teeth are like next door neighbors. It goes away. It goes away eventually. What was my mom? The large.
She says, "Oh my God."
Oh no, up further. She posted like a paragraph.
Oh, I live in Grand Junction, 5 hours from Garrett, and he was my realtor and was awesome. He even came over for the closing, and not just because he's my son.
I didn't read that because it was a shout out, but thank you, Mom. Love you. Oh.
Oh my God.
Where are the Tums, says Matt. We, hold on. Before this started, we took a shot of Pepto-Bismol, a nice base, and a shot of tequila. Shout out Casamigos for their wonderful tequila. Send us stuff. Okay, I think it's going down. I think it's getting better.
I'm just gonna put my lips
on. Any other questions? Feel free to put them in the chat. Oh boy.
Oh, that does not feel good on the tongue. Oh my God. Oh, shoot.
Your mom thought "Don't lick your teeth" was very funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mary, you're right. I ran out of milk. I should get some more, but I'm wearing shorts and it's embarrassing. Oh, thank you, honey.
I feel like it's not helping.
A little better.
All right, more sweets.
And your mom's telling my mom to potentially call the police.
Oh, Mom, I'm fine. So worried.
Yeah. Okay. Ears are getting ready.
All
right, guys. Well, I think
hey,
that's...
Darce.
Oh, hey, Darce. Darcy, you missed it all.
Yeah.
We just ate all the wings.
Came in
No
at the best
problem
part,
at all.
I guess. Oh. Do you guys have any more questions for Garrett? This might be part one. I know your colleague Justin wanted to do this with you.
Yeah, my good buddy Justin, if you're watching, hey man, he's out of Fort Collins office. Says he loves spicy wings, so we might have to have him on, do another round of this. Might have time to heal. Oh, but
the roof of my mouth is
hot burp. That was a hot burp.
Oh, it hurts to smile.
Okay. Any questions? Oh, where's Cash during all this? He's watching videos in his room, being a good boy. Darcy joined when we were crying. All right, we'll definitely do it again. We'll try and join later too, so if people are working, they can get home to watch whatever this is.
Oh God. Okay. Thanks for tuning in for the whole thing, guys.
Thank you guys very much for watching. That means the world. And yeah, if you need anything, or if you know anybody who has real estate needs or just questions in general, I love talk. Like, this is favorite job I've ever had. It's best career choice I've ever made. So if you know of anybody that wants to talk about real estate, send them my way. I'd love to chat with them. If you have accounting questions, Zach Roth, hit him up. If you want his information, let me know. Fantastic. If you have insurance questions, Kendall Kyle is an incredible insurance agent.
Goosehead
Insurance. Yeah, he's fantastic. If your eyeballs are broken, you need those fixed. Corey Bernhardt with Bernhardt Vision in Loveland is incredible. If you need a panel built to run like an automated system of some sort, Premier Industrial Custom Solutions, Elwin Holderfield, Elric Holderfield, Chris Jones, fantastic company. None of them are going to send me free stuff, but that's okay. They're all dear friends of mine and incredible people in their field.
Support local businesses, right?
Yeah, support local businesses. The wings came from Wing Shack here in town. Wing Shack is fantastic. Again, WeldWorks. Like, I'm not joking this time. Guys, serious time. WeldWorks, we want free beer.
Please.
We're like, give it to like, what's a good cause for giving free beer? I'm sure there's plenty. But someday we'll do some sort of like fun run in WeldWorks. If you would supply the beer, that'd be great. More questions? Just more people laughing. This needs to go viral. I don't know if that's right, Mom, but thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Should we shut it down, wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Bye.
Bye.